Hey, this is Amber Staklinski with Fit to Fight, and this is your Fit to Fight fix.
So we're going to focus on bottom side control for what we're looking at today. And usually when we're looking at escapes and sweeps, we're looking to get from a bad position to a good position. But that's not always going to be the case. I don't always need to go from extreme negative to extreme positive. In some cases, just getting to a better position is going to be what I need. And especially for self-defense, I don't necessarily have to get my body out and put his body on the ground. It might be enough for me to just get to my knees or get to a more neutral position where I'm able to square up and go from there. So if I'm bottom side control, Riley's controlling my body, trying to pin me to the ground. I've got my frames in. We're gonna look at a simple escape where I look to try to get back to the guard position. So what you would typically see for this is I would bridge up to make space behind me. I would fill that with this shrimping motion. Now I've put space between us and I look to bring my knee in, and maybe I stay here or go all the way to kind of like a guard position. And that's an option for more jiu-jitsu context, but for self-defense, that's not really what I'm looking for. I have an opportunity in that transition to get to a more neutral position and get off of my back rather than just going from, okay, this was a bad position, this is a better position. So I wanna look at the space between that transition. So this time, I'm gonna frame against his body, I bridge up, I get that shrimping motion to make my movement. Maybe I still get this knee in, but rather than look to stay on my back, I'm gonna start extending away from him and start building a base behind me so I can get to my knees. So now rather than being on my back, wrapping my legs around him, I'm in a more neutral position with him where I can start looking at our typical fighting principles. I wanna get outside of his elbows, I wanna be able to send strikes. Striking might set up wrestling, wrestling might set up striking, but now I'm able to do these things with more awareness of what's going on and starting to get rid of the 180 degrees that have stopped me before by being on my back. A similar idea is going to be with, rather than just that shrimping escape, I might be looking to get out the back door. So I bridge up, and now when I make this space, rather than filling it with my leg, I'm gonna fill it with my arm. I'm able to keep my shoulder up to start protecting my jaw, and I've kind of he doesn't have a lot of good striking options from here either. I'm able to keep my head in and my chin down. I'm gonna look to pull myself out, but now I'm not looking to fill space with guard, I'm looking to get to my feet. So I'll keep this hand posted behind his arm, straightening my arm so that I'm using skeletal structure to keep him away from me, not muscle. If I'm bending my arm, now I'm using muscle. Straightening my arm, now it's my whole body against his. And I look again to get into this kind of technical get up. Even though it's not gonna be, it might not be here where I clear space, it's a way for me to get my posture back, still have some connection to him, and maybe I strike from here, or I stand up and stomp his head, or just look to run away depending on the situation and what's happened between here. But rather than going from, okay, I'm on my back in side control, I need to get to guard, or I need to reverse the position, the idea that I can use these moves and movements and the space that I create to just get more neutral with him and start getting a base back is something to look for in your rolling as it relates to like a self-defense context. So try to find those openings, get to your knees rather than focusing on getting to the next position. Have fun with it.
I hope you enjoyed that fix, and welcome to the Fit to Fight Republic.